Hey guys, it's me, Kimberly. Today we are doing a client that lives in lovely Caledon. So guys, the befores of this space really wasn't designed or laid out. There was just some odds and ends from the move put in there. Clients were considering a full dining room set, which is how I started with them, making it really super big and using the function of the space for just one usage, and that would be dining room. But they decided they want to put a living room in as well. So this is how we separated everything, and this is what we did.
We are pulling fabrics for Verinder Parmar's living/dining room. She did a rug with beige and gray tones, and for the sofa, she selected the Arco to pick up on the taupe accents in the rug. For the coffee and end tables, she did the David, which is a beautiful glass tabletop with this matte black frame. And swinging over to the dining room, she went with this beautiful dark wood, again to pick up on the colors of the rug, with a light beige fabric to contrast.
So there's a junction box where the dining room table would be if you want to separate that room into two. On the right hand side of the room, there is a living space. Now the living space is super tiny because we have to allow for 3 feet for that dining chair to pull out. So the carpet was really small and everything was grounded by a 5x7 carpet. It's not typically how we want to do it, but it was the best way to get a little bit of dining room and a little bit of living room in the same space together. For the dining room, we used a wood top table, very contemporary pedestal table with 8 dining chairs, which were upholstered in sunbrella fabric, which means they are absolutely cleanable 100% and they're bleachable. For the other side of the room, the living room, we used our Arco sofas that I designed, made in our factory. They're very small in depth, so when you need a small depth sofa, 34 inches is what these ones are. We make them with tufting or without. This client decided to do no tufting, no nail heads, and wood legs. Now, the client wanted to accentuate in black, so the tables that you see in there typically come in stainless steel, but they also come in a black powder coating. So this time we used a black powder coated coffee table and end table. The rug is 5x7, and that's basically all we needed to complete this space. Okay, Sebastian, so this room is a living room, dining room. It's very tight. The carpet is very, very small because I need 3 feet to pull out this chair. So make sure that you have 3 feet on site. This should go back just a little bit, okay? Almost touching the wall. All right, so for the accessories for this room, since we did black tables that we usually do in steel, we did them in black. We're gonna do art that has some black and some whites in it. We're gonna do this beautiful art that has a little bit of black, a little bit of gray, a little bit of cream going through it to pick up on our carpet. And yeah, we're gonna do 2 of them over the sofa, grounded by the lamp. What do you think?
That looks perfect.
Yeah, 8 inches and then 4.5 inches there. And again, it's not centered to the wall, it's centered to the upholstered piece of furniture, okay? For the adjacent wall, which is between the 2 windows, I want to have 2 squiggly metal arts here, and we're going to turn them upside down. So one's right side up, the other one's upside down, and they're going to marry together, right? They're going to overlap. So it's going to look one big square piece of art. And then what's going to happen is, you see we've allowed them room for some curtains there, so we've given them 110 on each side. Now, for the adjacent wall to this, where this going into the kitchen, this butler's pantry area is, we're going to put another piece of art, which is blacks and creams and grays, and it does go very nicely actually with the other one. It's completely different abstract. And now for the pillows, I want to use a little bit of texture, a little bit of solid, and the tiniest whisper of black. And then for your little chair on its own, you're just going to do 1 kidney. Okay? So that's that. The coffee table is very, very tiny. So we're just going to do 2 candle holders with a little vase and some peonies. I like the black and the white together. And then I'm going to marry that with this for our dining table. And finito. What else can we do to this room to elevate this space? Well, a new chandelier that is probably oblong or rectangular in nature. It should be 32 to 36 inches mounted above the dining table, and window treatments, guys. Black velvet or linen window treatments would look absolutely incredible on that light colored wall, and it'll tie it all in. Doesn't have to be black, but that's my gut feeling. Let me tell you what I really think about pedestal dining tables. They are absolutely beautiful. So there's some plus and minuses to each. So plus with a pedestal dining table, you don't have the legs in the corner. So when you're trying to squish in a whole bunch of people, it's easy to get a seat at the corner. There's no leg obstruction. But the pedestals are quite large, so the seats don't tuck all the way in, which is fine because nobody sits with their legs up against the pedestal anyways. As you guys can see, I'm sitting here. It's a few feet away. You need 3 feet to pull out your chair, and your seats should sit about a foot away, a foot and a half away from the table. They should not be tucked up against. That's something we did like way back in the 70s. We don't do that anymore. And if you want to do that, you need to get a table with 4 legs. I absolutely love pedestal tables. I think they're clean and contemporary. They can fit a lot of people around. They actually expand your guest seating. I think it's the way to go. Our design program works like this, guys. We send a qualified designer out to your home to measure 1 room at a time. We do all the elevations and the floor plan so that we have perfect, accurate measurements. A week later, you come back to the showroom. We walk the showroom, we test all the furniture, we see what you love, and see what your aesthetics are. And that's why we give you the What Do You Love questionnaire. It's a design personality test that just sort of takes you through a whole bunch of furniture and room layouts. Maybe you love everything on that page, maybe you like nothing, but this is a good way for us to understand who you are and for you to understand what you really love, like, want to be surrounded with. It's not the be-all and the end-all. Clearly, when you get back to the showroom, you may change your mind. You may see something on Instagram that's going to motivate you and inspire you, and that's cool. But this complete personality test usually does the trick for me. And 98%, I know who you are. And that's what I want. I want to make you happy. I'm Kimberly Capone, and I truly believe you should live in rooms you love. Visit our showroom and sign up for your free design consultation, and together, we'll create the perfect space.